Welcome to NBA Today, presented by Häagen-Dazs.
The building called the world's most famous arena, the site for Game 2. Hart left open, puts it in! Hart on fire from outside!
This place is special. You get into that mode. For me, I just kind of black out.
Everything going down tonight for Josh Hart. 9 consecutive playoff wins for the Knicks.
Man, Josh Hart, man, the monster, man. He's real good, man. Thank you, guys. We got Josh.
Well, we start right here in New York, where the Cavs, they had their heart broken.
I see what you did there.
What about
Nice
the
little
Knicks'
pun.
heart was in the right place?
Okay.
All right, let's get to the highlight here of Game 2. This was a quality win for the New York Knicks, in large part because of Josh Hart. Cleveland, they were willing to leave him out there, and they ended up getting bit by this. You can see Evan Mobley well off him as he hits the three.
How about this pass?
Yeah, Jared Allen off him again.
Stunting at him.
Allen once again
Just
off him.
playing free safety.
So he was playing free safety. It hurt them. Let's take a listen to Jared Allen on their defensive strategy here.
Obviously, as an NBA player, he's going to make three-pointers. Just have to follow the statistics, have to follow the coach's trust and intuition.
I'm never a huge analytics guy. At a certain point, they're a lamppost to a drunk person. You can lean on them, but it won't get you home. So at a certain point, you got to have a good feel for the game.
Oh, my God, bro.
I mean, that's one analogy for it. So Hart was far more effective in Game 2. He was 5 of 11 from 3. He had 26 points in this game here, Shump. But the Knicks, they would continue to pour it on in the third quarter. So right here, watch Donovan Mitchell misses the three. And here come the Knicks getting out and run.
Get back.
And at this point,
they didn't
That's why Monica had her follow-through up for the rest of practice. You got to get back.
Yeah.
Brunson spins.
Loving basketball reference for those that don't know what I'm talking about.
Hits the tough fadeaway. And then they're now on a 15-0 run.
Come on now.
Boy.
Like, don't diss it. You just said he's an NBA player. He is an NBA player.
He shot 40% in the regular season.
And his best bud controls every fourth quarter.
Well, the fourth quarter is where we are now.
Big body.
Big body.
Gives Harden a little bump there.
That's why Perk calls him that.
Perk, you might be right, man.
And then Hart drives. This was just a heat check at this point. Spins.
I saw Shump do that one.
Big night here for Hart, Brunson, the Knicks. They take both games in the Garden, so now they head to Cleveland with a 2-0 series lead. And rightfully so, we focused a lot here on Josh Hart. But Jalen Brunson, his 14 assists. He was scoring in Game 1. It was all about the assists in Game 2. That is the most by a Knicks player in the playoffs since Charlie Ward in 1998. The last time
right?
Yes,
New York had a player with more was Mark Jackson. That was back in 1992. So we've seen the scoring. Now, Perk, we're seeing the assists of Big Body Brunson.
Not only, hello world, not only do I look good, but damn it, I feel good. The energy is contagious out here in New York City. Look, I pulled up to Madison Square Garden last night. Shout out to my boy Shump with the hoop strings. I saw my boy Joy, the Crack, the Dawn. Tracy Morgan was in the building. And you know who they was talking about? Me. You know why? Because I gave this man right here the nickname Big Body Brunson. And you know what he displayed last night? Greatness, because he knew the game plan and he was prepared for it. So when he came into Game 2, knowing that he torched him in Game 1, he was expecting the trap. Here it is right here. They tried to put Dennis Schroeder on him, okay? Then freed it up. You got Max Strus. He called another guard-to-guard screen to get the mismatch with Donovan Mitchell. They sent 2. He's ready for it. He gets off the rock. He's in the driving gap at the wing, and he knows what he wants to do. He wants to catch, drive, no hesitation. Watch my boy go to work. Not only does he drive, but great players do what? Make guys around him better. Career high last night in the playoffs, 14 assists. Here we go again. Dennis the Menace putting that on-ball pressure on him. It's all good. You cannot speed this man up because this is what he do. He's handling it. I don't even know what this defense is. I don't even know what it is. But I know he's seeing the whole damn floor. Watch this beautiful pocket pass to his boy Mikal Bridges for the nice 15-foot floater. Here's the deal. When you're great, you're able to get yours and you also live in the moment. Last night, we saw him live in the moment in game 2. He knew the trap, the double teams were coming. Career high 14 assists. Big body Brunson was in the building.
Well, it certainly seems like the New York Knicks are figuring out ways to win in different ways. Perk, thank you for that breakdown and for that shot of espresso.
Great energy, bro. Yeah.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Energy is
Someone give my man a
contagious.
towel. That was a heck of a breakdown.
Give me these papers.
Danny, so I know we're all impressed by Perk's breakdown, but what was the most impressive part of the Knicks to you?
I mean, it's just they find different ways to skin a cat, to win games. And it's one game it might be Landry Shamet, one game it might be Deuce McBride.
Yeah.
Last night it was Josh Hart. And his mental fortitude of hearing the rumblings of people saying, you know, his plus-minus off the court.
He was benched in game 1.
They were benching him. And to come back after seeing that in a big city like New York, you know the microscope is bigger. So there's a lot of media attention. To take that on and say, our next game, I'm going to be confident. Knock down his first shot, not be passive at all. He was aggressive. Like, you would have thought he was hot last game, the way he was approaching the game. So for him to come out, not only take these shots, knock them down, take them with confidence, make them pay, and then also get in the paint and defensively give deflections, he gave his team a huge plus in that momentum swing for them. And it said every night it's somebody different, but last night was his night.
They played 12 playoff games. They won 10 of them. 2 they lost by 1 point. They came down to the last possession of the game. They easily could have won those games. We've seen Brunson have double-digit assist games. We've seen Towns had double-digit assist games. We've seen OG Anunoby lead him in scoring. We've seen Mikal Bridges lead him in scoring. We've seen Landry Shamet have a big game off the bench. We've seen Miles McBride have a big game off the bench.
Deuce.
We've seen Mitchell Robinson have impactful games.
Yeah.
Look at all the ways this team can get you. Look at all the ways they're stacking up victories.
Right.
It's extremely impressive.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is them finally seeing the game plan. We talk about adjustments. You've been in the playoffs. You know what happens. Let's go to the footage, man. Let's run the footage of me being picked on. I've been picked on before. I've been picked on. We had to play against Chicago. They picked on me. They said we're gonna leave him wide open and we're gonna see Iman beat us. And when you have a game like that, you can't take it as disrespect. You take it as a platform. Hey, y'all gonna put the light on me? We gonna shine the light on me? Oh, I get to get off? Yeah. And that's where it comes out. That's where a player gets to finally show his worth.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times within a system, within whatever happens all year, you start to feel like, hey, this guy can't do that or this guy can't. Sometimes it's just not required by the team.
Real talk,
but
that was a closeout game in Shump's hometown. It's one of his favorite games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right? But I just for their team to say, hey, they're picking on you and we got you. We're going to get you the ball.
Yeah.
We're going to wait on you and we're going to cheer for you. The way the building was going crazy for him scoring finally, because at first he was hesitating a little bit. It was just a little bit, but when he finally started rolling, how the team got behind him, if you saw his bench before he was even hoisting these threes up, they was already jumping up ready for it to go in.
But if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm not sure that you look at that game and say, you know what, I'm upset with our defensive plan on Josh Hart.
Well, look, here's the thing. This is what Kenny Atkinson said after the game. And he said it kind of after game 1. He said, we like the process.
He's very process-oriented here.
What he's basically saying is a process is more important than results. Follow the process, and it'll all be okay over the course of a 7-game series. I agree with that in principle, but coming off game 1 where they didn't look so good,
Sure.
Following the process in game 2, it's just a hard sell. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's a hard sell.
Right, but the Cavaliers, they scored, 109 points in that game? Or the Knicks did, rather?
Yeah.
If the Knicks score 109 points, the Cavaliers, I don't know that you're looking around and saying that that's not a beatable, a winnable recipe.
You're correct in principle, again. But I'm saying after the way game 1 went,
right.
it's a hard thing to sell.
Sure.
I mean...
Wait, Perks should have given me a look over across the table.
I just want to know. Y'all got something to say before I chime in?
What?
No,
about who?
Because I don't want to hear any more Kenny Atkinson quotes. I actually want him to show me that he could coach on this big stage.
Well.
I'm dead serious when I say that. Because right now, what I'm seeing from his team is a team that's satisfied and cool with just making it to the conference finals. No. If a message is being sent in the locker room from your leader, you're coming out with a sense of urgency. And also, you understanding the game plan. By the way, we talk about how, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, they played pretty damn good offensively. You know who else played good? Evan Mobley in the first half. And so when you think about Evan Mobley in the first half, he was dominating. I thought he was supposed to be one of their franchise guys. We go to the second half. You know how many points Evan Mobley had? The same amount as me. You know how many field goal attempts? You know how many field goal attempts did he have? The same amount as me. And this is not on Evan Mobley. This is on Kenny Atkinson. This is on Donovan Mitchell. And this is on James Harden. How are you not recognizing the moment? Yeah. I just highlighted how Jalen Brunson was surveying the floor and living in the moment and saying, nah, I'm finding guys. But you don't realize that your guy has 14 points. He's killing in the first half. And in the second half, he don't get a field goal attempt up. He have 0 points, and you're trying to convince me that it's processing. It's a process. No, this is a team that's not focused. This is a team that goal was just to get to the conference finals. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I can second that. I don't think that if you're pushing toward a championship, you can sit back and say, yeah, we have time to process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to do that. KA is my guy. It's just I don't understand that within. There has to be a, hey, it's right now. Like, especially when you blew
I don't think that's all Kenny's fault, too. This looks like a team that's also fatigued. Like, they look tired. No. I understand you don't want to hear the tired
No, we
thing.
definitely can't.
We don't want to hear it, but Donovan don't look explosive as much anymore. And sometimes it's mental fatigue. You go 2 7-game series, it wears on people. So they look worn out.
Wait a minute. Donovan Mitchell. Now, yeah, I know. The getting tired stuff. All right, we gonna go now. All right, Donovan Mitchell is Spider Mitchell. That's his nickname, correct?
Yeah.
We all seen Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Y'all seen Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man get his ass whooped. He be hurt too. His mask come off too. But you still got to catch the bus. You got to catch it.
The train.
And you can't let it fall. You got to bring the trains together. Bring it together.
Well,
but if that's your nickname and that's your celebration, give me that. Give me that. You can't be tired.
They're going to. They're 6-1 at home, and so now their task is going to be to defend home court. We do have a lot more to get to in this year's Eastern Conference Finals, but let's shift briefly here to tonight's massive Western Conference showdown between the Thunder and the Spurs here. SGA Wemby, they will be in action, but the question is who is going to join them, right? So our Shams Charania is here with us. Shams, what can you tell us about the status of De'Aaron Fox, of Dylan Harper, and of Jalen Williams? We've got a lot of injuries here.
Malika, let's start with Jalen Williams, a.k.a. J-Dub. I'm told he's going to be reevaluated on a game-to-game basis. This is a reoccurring hamstring issue in Game 3. On the other side with the San Antonio Spurs, De'Aaron Fox, I'm told he's a game-time decision. The injury here is a high ankle sprain. I'm told Fox is making improvements today. There's still some soreness. The Spurs will know closer to game time whether Fox will be able to play. His backcourt mate, Dylan Harper, who replaced him in the starting lineup the last couple of games, he's also a game-time decision. An MRI on Thursday showed an adductor injury, not a hamstring injury. So the Spurs are relieved by that. I'm told Harper will have a pregame routine, and then the Spurs will make a decision about his status.
All right, so game time for both De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper, and it's seeming maybe less likely that we will see J-Dub. Shams, thank you. Much more from you coming up a little bit later. Still to come on NBA Today. We're just about a month away from the NBA draft, and top prospect Darren Peterson, he sounds off about his critics in an exclusive interview with our friend Jay Billis. You're not going to want to miss that. Plus, the Thunder, the Spurs, we are rolling down the Riverwalk for Game 3. Will OKC's Game 2 defense against Wemby, though, carry over? And Josh Hart, he got himself a New York slice after last night's game.
It's like more than one.
Are y'all crust people, or do you leave the crust?
No, I definitely
don't
get
leave
the
the crust.
You gotta take the crust.
Listen,
We got a good one. We haven't had a West Finals that's tied at one game apiece in 8 years. It was the Warriors and Rockets. Yeah, they were all knotted up at one. That was back in 2018.
Shams says calm down.
Well, it's sort of an epic series. The Warriors won that one in 7 games. So if we can get 7 games of Spurs Thunder, all of us would sign up for that, right?
Absolutely.
I would think so, right? So let's just take a look here how we got here. The Spurs successfully slowed down SGA. They threw double teams at him in Game 1. Of course, he responded with 30 points on 50% shooting the next time out. He passed Russell Westbrook for the second most 30-point games in playoff franchise history. And Wemby, he's dominated so far. He's the first player to average 30 points, 20 rebounds over a 2-game span in the conference finals since Kareem did it in 1974. But 3 key players, they are questionable for tonight's Game 3. The Thunder's Jalen Williams, hamstring soreness, and then a pair of Spurs guards. Dylan Harper, he's dealing with adductor soreness. De'Aaron Fox is dealing with an ankle sprain. So we now welcome in our friends, Tim McMahon, and Michael C. Wright, both joining us from the Frostbank Center in San Antonio. So let's start with the reigning champs here. What is the latest, Tim, on Jalen Williams?
Howdy, Malik. As you said, he's listed as questionable, despite the fact that this is the same hamstring that he strained in the second game of the first round of the play in this game. That, if he's not able to play, look, they are accustomed to playing without him, unfortunately, this year. They are 45-10 without him, though, including 6-0 in the playoffs. It does impact their lineup flexibility. But one thing they did in Game 2 as a response is they went bigger. They stuck with Isaiah Hartenstein. They had him as the primary defender instead of rotating wings, including Jalen Williams, Victor Wembanyama. And look, he didn't shut him down, but the paint points dropped from 26 to 10. The free throw attempts dropped from 13 to 3. And so, this team is built to play a lot of different ways with or without Jalen Williams.
Yeah, and certainly they were successful for much of this regular season. That's the OKC side of these injuries. On the Spurs side, Michael, they're dealing with some as well. So we've got De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper. Both of them are questionable here. What's the plan for them?
Well, let's start with De'Aaron Fox. I did see him at shoot-around this morning. He participated, but he's officially listed as questionable. You have to realize that he hurt that ankle originally in Game 4 of the Western Conference semis, and he played Games 5 and 6, and it just got progressively worse, so they had to hold him out the first 2 games. He'll go through his normal pregame warm-up, and they'll make a decision based off that. And then Dylan Harper, same situation. He's got that adductor, but he will go through his pregame warm-ups, and they'll make a decision closer to tip-off. Now, I can say that Dylan is going to be one of the first guys out for pregame warm-up. So we should know pretty soon here. And Dylan is really important for the Spurs, obviously, because they've been outscored in bench scoring 107-41 throughout this series. So Harper is big for the bench unit for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be huge. And obviously you want to at least have one of those two guys to be able to go to help with their ball handling responsibility as well. I'm seeing the shirts behind both of you. This is the first home game for San Antonio this series. Michael, what kind of atmosphere are you expecting tonight?
Well, Malika, you got to understand, this team has not hosted a conference final here in this building since 2017, so it's going to be wild. Obviously you got the Fiesta-themed shirts, but if you are a motorist driving around town, don't get mad when people honk at you, because in San Antonio, that is tradition when the San Antonio Spurs are rolling. Now, they're going to have that fan section, the Jackals, that Victor Wembanyama hand-selected. He put them all through auditions, one by one, chose every one of them. He even helps them with their chants. He goes to their practices and everything. So they'll have that thing rolling tonight with a lot of chants. Matter of fact, the Jackals even made a couple of friendship bracelets that they gave to me to give to, Tim McMahon, give him one, but I didn't give it to him because he ain't got no friends.
I was going to say friendship bracelets for Tim McMahon. Appreciate you, Michael C. Wright. We'll take one for Perk instead. Enjoy tonight's game. Why is tonight's game so pivotal, though, guys? Game 3, the winner of the best-of-7 series tied at 1. They go on to win the series 73% of the time. Friendship bracelets are not. So this series, it's already gotten very physical. Here's Julian Champagny on how the Spurs plan to help Victor tonight.
Hit back. Honestly, hit back. The guys hit him. They pull him, they grab his jersey, they're grabbing his arm when he's jumping. Obviously that's not basketball. That's just a physicality thing. That's up to the refs to deal with, not us. But I think as a team, how we can help them is hit them back. Honestly and truly, do the same things that they're doing to us to them. I'm gonna kind of match the level of physicality and then just see how that goes.
We are going to hit back. Perk, what do you want to see from the Spurs tonight?
We focus so much on offense that we forget that defense wins you championships. Defense wins you championships. The Spurs are trying to win a championship. They have a legit chance at winning a championship. And there's only one player in the basketball world, in the NBA, that could dominate and still look like the best player in the world on defense, and that's Wemby. We highlighted how Isaiah Hartenstein made it tough on him offensively, but we also highlighted yesterday on this show about the Perk Gortat screen, right? Yeah. I want to see Wemby have one of those performances defensively where I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? Like one of those ones where it's like you're making it so tough that it's like, man, OKC can't score, because when he's having that type of impact, all of a sudden we start to see that lead go from 2 points to 10 points to 15 points to 20 points. The offense is going to come. He's too gifted. He has too much to offer. Defensively, I want him to have that impact where we look at the television tonight and say that's the best player in the world, solely off of the defensive end.
Without a doubt, I have to second that. But it can't be him trying to make plays the way he did in game 2. They're just not going to let it happen. Wemby, what you're going to have to do is when you do feel that forearm, how are you going to swim and get up out of there? It's coming. It's going to hurt. It's going to bruise. Don't flinch. For real, though. Don't flinch. Take that on. You see this? You looking back, looking at him. You know who's doing that. You know what's going on. You can't let it distract you. It got to be, let me dislodge, get him up off me. I have to get to the action because that's what they need. They need that second line. They need you to make sure that you're making it a preventative effort to say, hey, we not attacking in there. I don't want none of that. That's what they was doing game 1. Game 2, they like, oh, you got him at bay? Let me get to my pull-up. Let me get to my... They were shooting floaters. I ain't seen a regular floater around Wemby in so long, but they kept him out of action. So, Wemby, if you could take on that challenge, if you could make sure that they don't put any holes in your game. You could go from rebounds to running to setting the ball screen. You can't mosey up there. You got to sprint, get through that contact, set an actual ball screen.
If there's one player that I'm not worried about, is Victor Wembanyama. I expect him to have Wilt numbers. He's a modern-day Wilt. He's going to get 20 and 30. But the other issue that they have as a team, and one person in particular, Stephon Castle, is the turnovers. They got to find ways to limit turnovers. He is the key. We don't know if De'Aaron Fox is going to play. We don't know if Dylan Harper is going to play. A lot of the onus is on you. If you take care of the ball, y'all win the game. They're averaging 21 turnovers a game as a team, and he's averaging 10 himself. So half of them. If he just turns the ball like half as less, or just like only 2 or 3 a game, you're okay. You're in great. Just shave it down.
They're asking a ton, and not to make excuses, but they're asking a ton of Castle because on one hand you're handling the ball, you have the ball handling responsibilities, and on the other hand you're guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is a ton to put on Stephon Castle.
And I'll answer for you, Stephon Castle. You want the assignment.
Yeah,
he want it. Yeah, it's a whole lot of responsibility.
Help him out.
Here you go. Here you go. You want it? Here you go.
Got to help him out. We're helping Victor. They got to help Castle out. I find these reports of these guys being questionable. I just don't think that you can see that. I think they're going to have to find other guys. Devin Vassell.
So is Victor going to be doing more of the ball handling?
Keldon Johnson. No, I think you got to have your.
That's what I said. Keldon too.
They got to find just a few possessions at a time because the Thunder are trying every second. They're trying to take the ball from you. It's exhausting. You got to give them a little bit of a release.
So if you're Shai, quickly to hit on the other side of this, what do you want to see from him?
Well, I think Shai has really done a great job in game 2 of navigating the double teams. There's more coming. They've double teamed him 53 times in 2 games. You know, there's another 20 or 30 coming tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He did a good job of not accepting them, finding space. He does that again tonight, get his efficiency back up. It's going to be all right.
He got to get out in transition. Again, I thought a lot of his buckets, he was getting out in transition, and he was able to get to his spots, but that means they got to stay true to their identity. Right, we talk about Stephon Castle not turning the ball over, but OKC is great at forcing turnovers. Like, we're going to turn you over. We ain't letting you make the decision. We're making the decision for you.
The biggest thing OKC do, when they switch, they don't switch because they trying to get off or whatever they match up. They switch to steal. Yeah. They switch to get an advantage. They like, no, we switching to jump on your right hand. We are switching. We are trapping right here to get the ball out of your hands right now. It's aggressive.
They've done that so successfully, especially with Steph Castle these first 2 games. Let's stick with this game. It's time for Heat Check. It's brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Danny, you want to start us off here?
Yeah, of course. I'm going with the modern-day Wilt Chamberlain. That's Victor Wembanyama. Points, rebounds, assists, 44 over 44 plus. I think he's going to have another 30-point night, at least 17 rebounds, and he's probably getting some assists too, especially with the guys being down.
Hey, give me Keldon Johnson for 12 plus, man. He ain't been doing much. He's been trying to stay within the realms of what he's supposed to do as a player in that role, but he is 6th man of the year. Come on now.
There you go.
I'm going with SGA, 30-piece, all flats, habanero style. Yeah, they're going to have it. We don't know if J-Dub is going to be out there. Can't trust Chet. He's going to be aggressive. It may be 30 on 36 shots, but you best believe he's going to get that 30.
So to recap here, that's a plus 625 parlay. So a $10 bet, it wins you $62.50 here. On DraftKings Sportsbook, all customers can get a profit boost every day of the NBA playoffs. Download the app. Use the promo code SCREEN when you sign up. Coming up, Cleveland, they've been rocked a little bit, but our panel is going to weigh in what they need to do to protect the land. They've been to by Coors Light. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, they were cold-blooded against the Cavaliers in Game 2. Take a listen to what Hart said about being benched down the stretch of Game 1.
Yeah, obviously, that's always difficult watching it on the bench. Obviously, I want to be out there. I want to help my guys win, but I put the success of the team over the success of myself.
I'm not going to say he took that personally, but he certainly had a heck of a response jump in Game 2.
Oh, Lord. Sometimes, man, they're going to bait you into something, and it bring out the best in you, man. The stage is set. The lights is bright.
Heart's starting to heat up a little bit here. Man. So to the third quarter we go. It was Josh Hart time. It continued. He came out on a mission here in the third. He found holes in the defense off Brunson's drive. He constantly made Cleveland pay for leaving him open. He was 3 for 3 from deep in the third quarter, Bri.
Yeah, they actually did okay in the first half. That's why the strategy was still in place, and it didn't last.
Josh Hart, he asked Kat, though, a very important question after the game.
Why are you eating the pizza like that?
Because this joint hit him.
Oh!
Are you a crust guy?
It depends if it's garlic crust. Or a good crust, like a good crust pizza. You know what I'm trying to say? Something be dough and be not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he turned into a Ninja Turtle.
It was crunching and snapping all over. We decided yes, crust.
A crust is part of the pie.
Or crust people.
You gotta do crust.
You're a pie guy. Y'all call it a pie. It's a pizza.
No, it's
You're from Chicago, bro.
And you fold it in half.
That's where they make the pies.
I don't call
deep
it a
dish.
pie.
You ever call it a pie?
Deep dish isn't pizza. It's
a pizza.
It's like
pizza
a meat
pie.
No, it's a meat
pie. Y'all don't call it pie? I think it's a New York thing. We call it
In
pie.
all seriousness, pie, pizza, that's not a pie. It's definitely not a pie. But in all seriousness, now we're going back to the game. Cleveland, they head home now. They've been excellent at home, 6-1 in the playoffs. So what needs to change for the Cavaliers to climb back in?
They need some offense. They need some shooting. They're shooting about 30% from 3 points in this series. And look, I understand that you should be able to survive a bad shooting night, but the reality is they can't. Their defense isn't good enough to win a game that's in the 90s or the low hundreds.
Right.
They need to get up into the 100 teens, ideally the 120s. And I know everybody's all focused on Harden versus Brunson, and I agree. It hasn't looked great defensively, but Harden, the bargain with Harden is what he can do at the other end. Right. He's got to start living up to that balance at the other end.
Perk, you've been down 0-2 a couple of times in your career. So what are the conversations that are happening in the Cavaliers locker room right now?
Well, you got to have the conversation in your head and in your heart. You got to care first. We was down 0-2 against Danny, San Antonio Spurs 2012. And I remember I was getting cooked in the pick and roll by Tony Parker and Ginobili. We was in the drop coverage. And I used to always go back home and watch the games when we land because I wanted to hear what was said about me. At the time, it was Steve Kerr who was doing the play-by-play analyst. And I remember him saying, oh, they need to bench Perk and go small with Serge Ibaka and switch all the pick and rolls. The junk pissed me off. I took it personal. We came out, we switched. In Game 3, I locked up Tony Parker and Ginobili on the switch in the first quarter, and then I looked over there and Steve Kerr in the timeout and was talking noise to him and Reggie Miller, and he said they was talking about it because that's what's supposed to fuel you. If you give a damn, if you're trying to really get somewhere, if you got personal pride, then come with it. That's where it starts. I ain't got no blueprint for them. Act like you care first.
Danny, you got your lick back in 2014.
We did. We kind of went back and forth. So they got us one other time. We got
it happens. That's what a good bump is.
We was there, though.
Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals, friends. See if they implement what Perk is talking about. Knicks Cavaliers, Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Yes.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza.
Got him, Wendy. Tell him.
I would have sung it, but I didn't want to lose our viewers.
We sounded like coastal elite by saying it's not pie. And
you are a coastal elite.
All right, we got a lot of questions to answer still.
Sweet time. That's DOS.
We made it is right, and then there were 4. This is NBA Day. Senior insider Shams Charania, who joins us fresh off brunch.
I have never stared at a man's ankle so much in my life.
It's the WNBA. Yes, it's officially the WNBA.
Wendy pose. You see pose, man.
Well, it's a beautiful day. The world's most famous arena.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, let them know that they are cursed.
Oh,
What
was you doing? I like it. I love you a lot. That graphic down.
Don't take it down. Leave it up.
Star of Curb Your Enthusiasm, Susie Essman. Thank you so much for spending some time here. We are so happy to be a Knicks fan. It's pretty good. Yeah.
I can't smile. Is it that hard to smile?
To myself. Sometimes I catch myself off guard.
Put that under things that no one needed to see.
I'm just asking, do we get some free ice cream at some point?
You
missed that.
Well, y'all wrong.
We've had an awesome week here on NBA Today. An awesome and a long week here on NBA Today. But Perk, what day of the week is it?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. So let's have some fun. It's our hit game. Who said that?
I better be up there
that
top
means
two.
that we ask our esteemed contestants who said these quotes from around the league. All right, let's get rolling. This is where we currently stand. Perk, you're solidly in the middle.
It's a big one,
This is a
Perk.
big one.
This is a big
Perk,
one.
you
That's all I'm
start
gonna
us
say.
off here, sir. Perk, who said this quote? They're as coachable as anybody we have. They listen when we tell them stuff. They're just like attack dogs. They just go. Mike Brown, Mark Dagnall, Mitch Johnson.
What? I know this is easy. That's the man in the middle. That's
the
a
man
Mark
in the middle?
Dagnall type quote.
Is it Mark Dagnall?
Gang, gang, gang.
Oh!
They make these too tough. Look how bad our records are, Perk.
Coachable as anybody we have. They listen when we tell them stuff, and they're just like attack dogs, and they just go.
He's getting that Doc Rivers going a little bit. All right, Shump.
That's an
This
attack.
one, who said, quote, I'll follow him into war. I'll trust every single decision that he makes, every shot that he takes, and every single word that he speaks in our locker room.
That gotta be Stephon Castle.
Was it Stephon Castle, my friend?
Early in the show.
You know that's Jalen.
Talking about we got to follow the coach's
I'll
orders.
follow
Josh
him
Hart.
into war. You know, I'll trust every single decision that he makes, every single shot that he takes, every single word that he speaks in the locker room.
He's the only person that's going
The only way the quote makes sense is if it's about winning.
All right, Brian.
I agree.
You're up, sir. Who said this quote? It's not a question I'm wondering right now. The world is 8 billion people, so there's 8 billion options. SGA, Kenny, Vic.
I'd say Kenny Atkinson.
Was it Kenny
I
Atkinson?
care a lot about opinions.
Yeah.
Oh!
And then it's big.
Oh, I thought it was Troy Kenny Atkinson.
Right now. The world is
All
8 billion
right.
people, so
Man, we offered.
it's 8
Wow.
billion
So I got
opinions.
a lot of. Am I?
You're up. All right, Danny, last one's for you.
Oh,
And this is simple, right? Who said this quote? That game sucked. Ann Edwards, Cade Cunningham, James Harden.
I'm gonna go Ant Edwards.
Was it Ann Edwards?
Got that one.
I would have got that one. That don't even sound like
Ant said some.
No, it would have been.
Oh my goodness.
it
Our
would've been
producers,
That
they
was
were
bad.
putting in
You
work
guys got
this
us.
week. All right.
Man.
This is our last show of the week. So on Monday, Danny, with our last 15 seconds, what's the headline going to be from this weekend?
Knicks Spurs in the finals. That's what I think it's gonna be. We're gonna know who's gonna be there.
You think after this weekend?
After this weekend, we got 2 games on one